That's right. I didn't say products. I didn't say skills. I didn't even say enrolling. What I said was mindset. Friends, only 20% of this business is skill. 80% is what goes on between your ears. Mindset. And I love this slide because it's a great representation of your business. There are only 4 skills you need to learn to be successful in direct sales with Plexus. But everything rests on the foundation of mindset, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about first. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Absolutely. You are living into the story you tell yourself. And whatever you think about grows. Your mindset directly affects the outcomes you create. Here's the deal. You will never, ever outperform the quality of your thinking. Your brain looks for evidence to support what it believes to be true. The Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. Now listen, everybody, including you and including me, has negative thoughts sometimes. The difference between successful people and those that are not are that successful people know what to do with those thoughts. Okay, first, number 1, you have to identify them. You have to have self-awareness and get really honest with yourself about what you're actually thinking. And then, number 2, you have to make a decision about what you want to think. You have the ability and the responsibility to choose your thoughts. And there are 3 areas you need to have rock solid belief in to have success in this business. Number 1, belief in the products. Number 2, belief in network marketing, direct sales. And then number 3, believe in yourself. And here's the good news. If you don't have belief in these 3 areas, you can build it. That's right. You can build it. Just like strength training, you can build your belief muscles. So let's dive into each one of these areas. First, let's talk about our life-changing products. You need to have rock-solid belief in our products because someone will come to you, turn off their sub, or say the products didn't work, and then you find out they've been on them for 2 weeks and then stop taking them. Anybody ever happen that happened to them? Or they took it once every 2 days or whatever? Listen, it takes time, but we have quality products that work that are backed by science. You can build your belief in our products by reading product information sheets, reading testimonies, looking up ingredients, seeing what they do in the body, watching videos. Go ahead, build your belief in our products, okay? Number 2, you need to have belief in direct sales. Now listen clearly. More people go to bed at night worried about money and finances than they do about their gut health. This year alone, people need $11,000 more just to maintain their standard of living. $11,000 more. Our business provides the opportunity for more money, time, and flexibility. We offer an amazing compensation plan, plus an amazing supportive community. And the fact that the more you grow as a human, the more your business will grow. Listen, I'm not just working for a paycheck, even though my paycheck is pretty fantastic. I am working out of purpose and impact and significance. Friends, we are in one of the best industries on the planet, and it happens to be one of the fastest growing industries on the planet. I could go on and on about why direct selling is so incredible, but it doesn't matter if you do not have belief in yourself. So, let's get there. You have to believe in yourself. And listen, this is where most people get hung up. I know I did. I had so many insecurities. And I still have some. Newsflash. Remember what Amber was talking about becoming? Guess what? Just when you get to emerald or sapphire or diamond or star diamond, you still are becoming. You're going to be becoming until the day that you meet Jesus. You're becoming every day. Okay? But listen, my fears and insecurities may have been in an 8 or 9, but my dreams, my hope, and my God were at a 10. Okay? Do not let limiting beliefs and fears and insecurities rob you of financial success, impact professional development, and the fact that you can impact and bless other people. I am constantly amazed and humbled at the ripple effect of my decision. Listen, everybody has limiting beliefs, but the key is what you do with them. Everybody that you see up here has had them, but we've overcome them or are overcoming them in our becoming. Successful people know what to do with those negative thoughts. They don't let them stick around and create havoc. They examine them for any kernel of truth. They need to acknowledge it, deal with it, or flat out reject it, and then replace them with what they want to believe. Then they visualize the new thought, cultivate the feelings that go with it, and take the action to match the new thought. So let's just take an example that maybe 1 or 2 of you may have thought of. Hypothetically, of course. Okay, say you have the thought, no one would ever follow me. Anyone? Anyone ever have that thought? Okay. So number 1, we identify it and bring it into the light. Number 2, ask yourself, do you want to think that? No. Remember, you get to choose. What do you want to think instead? Do you realize that you don't have to accept every thought that comes into your head? Choose. Say no. But maybe you don't have anyone following you at the moment, or maybe you have 1 or 2 people. Acknowledge it. But what do you want to think? How about, my people are out there, and I'm growing in leadership. Visualize that. What does that look like? How does that make you feel? When you have that thought, when I have that thought, I'm expectant, I'm excited, it makes me hopeful about the future. It does something inside of me. And then guess what? I take the actions to back up that thought. I reach out boldly about the opportunity. I'm looking for my people because I know that they're out there. I grow, I do the things, and then guess what? My results change. Friends, this may not be easy, but it is critical, and this changes everything. It's like squats for your brain. Thought work is the most important work. Okay? Now, that we have our mindset in order, let's talk about those 4 pillars of growth and skills that I mentioned earlier. Enrolling, retention, duplication, and leadership. Now think of these like legs on a table, okay? The 4 pillars provide the balance and stability you need to create a stable, strong, successful business. So let's talk enrolling. Everybody needs these products. And most of your points will come from happy product users, right? You want to go wide with product users. Everybody has a gut, right? You have to be constantly enrolling new people every month into your organization. My goal is to enroll 3 new people every month minimum, okay? Now let's talk retention, the second skill. I encourage you to work very closely and be in regular contact with your new people during their first month and beyond. This is critical because it's when they're most excited, they're fired up, but they also have the most questions. They're the most, they're excited, but questions, they're skeptical. What did I just do? I just spent money. Is this snake oil? Somebody help me. But let me tell you something. I used to really not like retention. I was like, that's my least favorite part of the business. But do you know that retention is actually a duplication strategy? Your raving fans are your best marketing piece. And just because somebody isn't open to sharing at first, when they love their products, doesn't mean they won't be open to sharing in the future, because everybody loves to share things they love. I used to think, listen, if they wanted to share, they would have by now. Wrong. I was wrong. It takes someone to paint the picture of what could be and should be before they see the big picture. Friend, that is you. You're the painter. You have the ability and the responsibility to show people what could be for their lives. They have no clue. Most people think I make, a couple, they just don't know. My mother-in-law, after I won my first shopping spree, $2,500 to Bloomingdale's, she looked at me one day and she said, are you making any real money with that thing? I am. I'm making real money. Retention. You've got to paint the picture, okay? So are you following a retention system to help your people love their products? And are you systematically following up with them, your happy product users, about sharing the opportunity? Okay? Listen, one of my newest silvers did not want to share at first. But after about a month on the products, she wanted to share. She's actually in this room right now. Meredith, wherever you are, I'm so glad you're here. Retention will naturally lead to duplication if you're doing the work. Now let's talk duplication. If you want to grow your business, you want business builders. And listen, business builders are 100% made, not found. It takes a leader to show people what could be and should be for their life. These are going to be people that you are going to be investing your time, energy, and heart into, linking arms with, and creating change with. You offer the opportunity to everyone, but be strategic in who you invest your time with. And you're going to be looking for people who are hungry for change and who want more out of life. Listen to me clearly. Our mission statement is literally, we ignite hope, health, and happiness for those who want more out of life. I really don't want to link arms with someone who's happy watching Netflix and eating bonbons all day. Not my people. So who are you looking for? Who is your ideal business builder? Let me give you a hint. She's most like you. Are you a homeschooling mom? A nurse? A teacher? Like me in perimenopause? What core values are you looking for? For me, I was looking for people who were self-motivated, hardworking, someone who has faith, integrity, and is hungry for more. So where do you find her? Where does she hang out? Who does she follow? What are her interests? What groups does she belong to? Now, some of you may have been around here, as they say in the South, where I live in it right now. You may have been around here for a hot minute, so you may have to get creative where you find your people. I've had to do that. But use the power of social media. Look at your suggested friends lists. Look for friends of friends, groups, and people who follow the same kind of interests that you follow. Now, let me ask you this. Amber was just talking about this. Are you consistently posting about the opportunity? Because just like she said, you will, without fail, attract what you are talking about and what you are looking for. This is part of the duplication process. You have to post about the business. And I want you to post about your own story, just like Amber said. Let me give you another hint. If you hear something once or twice, really important, write it down, because what you hear on repeat is probably something you need to take note of. And listen, We share stories because facts tell, but stories move the heart. Stories touch the heart, okay? So you need to become a storyteller. So let's talk about how to share your own story. Okay, first, your background. Just like Amber said, where you came from. What was your situation pre-Plexus? For me, I was a homeschooling mom. We were a one-income family. I had a master's in counseling. I was a life coach. I was living in the South. That was me. Next, what was your pain point? Well, what about your situation didn't you like? For me, again, we were a one-income family. My husband made a great living, but we had to say no to a lot because we lived on a budget. Kids are expensive, and I kind of like nice things, so there's that. We like to travel, we wanted more. We wanted more. Next, the solution. The Plexus opportunity helped me not only pay for my products, but became so much more. Fourth, my future and how I feel about it now because of Plexus. I'm excited, I'm hopeful, I'm expectant, I am determined. And then it's time for your call to action. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you're hungry for more. Your more is waiting. Comment below or message me and let's chat to see if this is a good fit for you. Remember, you will attract whatever you talk about, so you must talk about the opportunity. Friends, if you're only talking about the products, you're missing the boat. People need what we have. Share the opportunity with everyone that joins you. Otherwise, I'm going to say this very plainly. You may actually be blocking somebody's prayer from being answered. You just don't know. And do not judge them based on the car they drive, the house they live in, or the clothes they wear. You have no clue what's going on behind the scenes. When people join you, let's talk about this. Very, very, very important. You get them on the phone. I cannot stress this enough. And when I get people on the phone on our team, we call these calls welcome calls. I use the first 3 to 5 minutes connecting with them. Friends, we are in a people helping people industry. Focus on connection. They are not just a number. Chat with them briefly. Do you work outside the home? Do you love it? How long have you lived there? And then we go over products. I briefly share how Plexus has helped me, and then I ask them the magic question. Anybody heard about the magic question before? Brittany Howard trained on this a couple years ago at convention. Okay, it goes like this. When you love your products, will you be sharing? Will you be telling people about them? And then be okay with 5 seconds of awkward silence. The purpose of that question is not to convince her to become a business builder. The purpose of that question is to uncover their objections and limiting beliefs and help you know how to follow up with her in the future. Most will say, yes, but I want my own results first. Or, I can never do that, I'm not a salesperson. Or, no, I really just don't have time. Listen, there's only a few objections out there, and I can tell you I've heard them all. And these are good. Learning to handle and overcome objections is just a skill to be learned. Your job is to help them overcome their limiting beliefs so they can move forward and share the products. So let's go over one of the most popular ones. Okay, I want my results first. Well, this is how I answer it, okay? I say something like this. Well, you actually sound a lot like me. And what you're actually saying is that you're a person of integrity. You need to believe in what you're talking about, right? I totally respect that. And I get it because I'm the same exact way. What I found is that I can invite people to be a part of my health journey while I'm building my own testimony. It's kind of like being a real estate agent. You don't need to live in every house before you know it's a good house for somebody else. You just need to know the features of the house and the needs of the client, right? Well, Plexus is the same way. We focus on gut health and blood sugar balance, and most of the health issues that your friends and family struggle with can be, go back to those two issues. So you can feel great about inviting others to look at Plexus. Does that make sense? Was that pushy? Was that hard? Could you say that? Of course you could. You can learn how to overcome objections. Okay, let's talk next steps. Let's say they're open to sharing. You ask them the magic questions and they say, yeah, I would love to share about these products. Well, then you ask questions and listen. Okay, that's great. Well, let me ask you this. What would motivate you to share? Is it to help people or to earn extra income or both? More listening. Because remember, this is huge. It's never, ever, 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 ever just about the money. Ever. It's what the money will allow them to do or be or have. The experiences, the peace, the memories, the opportunities. Friends, this is their why. An extra $1,000 a month is not their why, but to put their kids in camp, or to send them to travel ball, or to take care of aging parents, or pay for college, or for peace to give their husband options. That's their why. And their why will be the reason for them to take action. Now that you know their why, you encourage them that all of that is absolutely possible, and it's really just the beginning. Plug her into whatever systems that you have on your team to help her share. You keep doing that. Wash, rinse, repeat. And then continue to encourage her that her why is possible. Now listen, if they're still not open on the call, you say something like, okay, no problem at all. Listen, the timing definitely has to be right to do something like this. So when it is right, I'll be happy to help you take advantage of the referral program. My number one goal is to help you get amazing results with your products. And science tells us that you're 80% more likely to get results when you have an accountability partner. So who comes to your mind? And when do you want to start? Do you see how I just primed her for what I want her to think? Now you can teach other people to do the same exact thing. Welcome calls, handle objections, and share. Friends, it really can be that simple. But remember, it starts here. Okay, let's talk leadership, finally, the last pillar. My guess is that some in here may not see themselves as leaders. Anybody? Here's the good news. You can grow in leadership, just like you can grow in enrolling, retention, and duplication. Now, some of you are saying to yourself, but I don't have the success that I want, so how can I lead? Just like Amber said. Couple things. Number one, if you have one person on your team, guess what? Congratulations, you have a measure of success. You do not have to be a jewel or a diamond to lead. You simply need to be one step ahead. Listen, I've never been to heaven, but I'm confident I can help somebody get there. If you've made money, you got somebody on your team, you got a brain, you can learn. If you're willing to learn, grow, and take action, grow yourself, you can grow and have a team and grow your paycheck. You absolutely can take people on the journey with you and grow in your leadership. Now, before I go, I want to share some of my story. Brittany Howard is my sponsor and one of my best friends. And she's amazing. She's going to talk tomorrow, so make sure you're in session for that. When we began to talk Plexus, she first started asking me questions. She cared about me. She heard my heart, my pain points, and my passions. Then she called out the qualities she saw in me and painted a picture of what could be, the impact that I could make, and the jewel that I could be one day. She didn't just believe that it could happen, but that it should happen. She infused me with belief that I could do this, and I've modeled my own leadership after her, and that's why our team is so strong. You have the ability to come alongside people and remind them of their potential and show them how to get the more out of life that they want, just like Brittany did for me. I cannot imagine what my life would be like if she had not shared with me. You are here because you're hungry for growth. You've been inspired and equipped by leaders throughout your own journey. And if you want a sustainable, growing, thriving business, your goal must be to expand your business with business builders who are as hungry as you are. And then have them duplicating throughout your organization all the way down. Finding business builders, developing them, teaching duplication, and growing yourself as a leader, that's the sweet spot. Friends, anybody can do this business, but not everybody will. Mental squats are hard. But I'd much rather do the hard work of mental squats and thought work than deal with the pain of regret and dead dreams. Choose your heart. Will it be uncomfortable? Yes. It was for me. Will it be worth it? 1,000,000 times, yes. It starts with you. You need to be as excited and passionate about our opportunity as you are about our life-changing products. Friends, yes, we ignite hope, health, and happiness for those that want more out of life. Is that you? Is that you? Go find the more and go find others that want it like you. Decide and put that decision into practice. And if you want to be Ruby or even Jewel training next year, this is how it's done. I believe in Plexus, I believe in our opportunity, and I absolutely believe that you can do it. So, now I get the amazing opportunity to introduce one of the most excellent women in Plexus. She is an example